Sorry. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. I'm telling you guys right now, Canadian babies named Trey, or, you know, I'm not even going to judge. Canadian babies named Yesavage are about to skyrocket. After we fanboy over Trey Yesavage, we're going to break down Mookie Betts and Blake Snell. They had some post-game interviews. Mookie just straight up said he's been terrible, and you know what? He has been. If you're brand new here, this is MLB Recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so grow the game with me. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy. Now, super quick, before we recap Game 5 of the World Series, I have to talk about 3 brand new managers across the game of baseball. Blake Snell is the brand new Nationals manager. He's 33 years old. He is the youngest manager since 1972, and of course, he was in the Rays system for a while. They kind of remind me of the Patriots back in the day, where if you were just part of the Patriots system, you were guaranteed to be a coach one day or in a front office. I mean, we know that the Marlins brand new GM Peter Bendix, he also came from Tampa Bay. But this guy, Blake Snell, I don't know if I've said Drew Snell. Is that his brother? I probably have said Drew once in this video by mistake, but Blake Snell is the 33-year-old brand new manager who was just the senior director of player development for the Rays. So that's one new manager. Let's talk about another one. Craig Albernaz is going to be replacing Brandon Hyde as the brand new Orioles manager. If you don't remember, this clip of him throwing seeds at Steve Vogt went pretty viral, but he's just a guy that likes to keep things loose. He was the Cleveland associate manager in 2025 and a bench coach in 2024. And of course, he also came from the Rays system before that. Derek Shelton, who has a career 304 and 440 record. That is a whopping 136 games under 500 for his career. He was the former manager of the Pirates who just, I mean, he was always given stinky teams. He is the brand new manager of the Twins. And one more person I do want to talk about, Albert Pujols reportedly had a near 10-hour interview with the Padres. So if the Padres want to make a big splash, that's what they're always known for. That's what AJ Preller does. He's a madman. Getting Albert Pujols as manager would be the biggest splash you can possibly make. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and recap Game 5 of the 2025 World Series. We had some history made in this game. Davis Schneider, he's leading off because George Springer, he's out, but he might not be out for that much longer. Davis, he went first pitch ambush. He hit a fly ball to the left. Alex Call tried to take it back, but it's gone. That is a first pitch home run, and 4 seconds later, I'm almost positive that there were some Dodgers fans still stuck in traffic or getting some Dodger dogs. Vladdy deleted another baseball to go back-to-back. It's 2-0 on 3 pitches. Vladdy Jr. has 8 home runs and 15 RBIs in 16 games this October. He has 12 walks to only 5 strikeouts. By the way, that was the first time in World Series history a team started a game with back-to-back home runs. Enrique, the playoff riser, is back. He has an 845 OPS and 101 playoff games. That is insane. Teoscar, his -9 outs above average both this year and last, reared its ugly head. I mean, this is just pathetic. Varsho, he gets a free 3-bagger, and Ernie Clement, he's a contact king, just penciling another run because he's not going to strike out, and that works. The sac fly is underrated. It is 4-1. Trey, he's about to get some help from his right fielder. I'm sure that Blake Snell wishes that Addison Barger was out there and right covering some ground, but Barger, he's showing Teoscar how it's done. He robbed Shohei of a base hit, and staying with Addison Barger before we glaze Trey Yesavage, he's on again. He got on base all 3 times versus the lefty destroyer Blake Snell. He got to second on a wild pitch. Andres, he then took a walk. That cannot happen. That is the 4th walk of the game for Blake Snell. There was another wild pitch. Edgardo, he's in now. He throws absolute gas, but he threw gas in the other batter's box. For some reason, they call that a pass ball on Will Smith. I can't imagine trying to catch 101 in the other batter's box. That was a wild pitch. I'm going to call it the 3rd wild pitch of the inning. Barger scores. Vladdy took a walk, and now Bo's up. He's the runner in scoring position king from this past season. He led everyone with a 380 or 390 something batting average with runners in scoring position. He has more RBIs than strikeouts in the World Series. He's going to get absolutely paid. Now we get to show Trey. He had 10 strikeouts, double digits through 5. He just became the 2nd person to ever do that. The first guy was in attendance, Sandy Koufax, back in 1963, but Trey just became the first player ever to have 2 games where he had 10 strikeouts in 5 in one single postseason. He also had 23 swing and misses. That is the most in 17 years. His 12th and final strikeout got Freddie to miss. This is the most strikeouts ever by a rookie in the World Series. 12. Teoscar, he did tap out, but it's all good because Edman rolled over. He's been awful in the World Series and pretty much in the playoffs. You just witnessed 7 of the most dominant frames in World Series history. He's only 22 years old. The Jays are up 3-2, and out of nowhere, I am seeing 0. The Dodgers ruined baseball. It's ruined forever. Yeah, it's not ruined forever because the Blue Jays are just the Guardians if they spent money. Shane Bieber, Ernie Clement, Andres Jimenez, Miles Straw. The Guardians could do this too, but they spend $0. By the way, I gotta tip my cap to the hitting coach of the Blue Jays because we brought up Ernie Clement. I mean, he turned Ernie Clement into Derek frickin' Jeter. The batting coach's name is David Popkins. Give that guy a lifetime contract now. He kind of reminds me of Matt Blake before he went to the Yankees. Matt Blake was kind of like a pitching specialist for the Guardians. He's on the Yankees now. David Popkins could be the next new name, like big name for coaching in baseball. Now we have some post-game press conferences to talk about. Mookie Betts, he said he's been terrible, and he has been. I'm going to roll the clip and then talk about his stats. Then we have Blake Snell to talk about because he's getting some flack for his post-game interview.
I don't want to speak on anybody else, but for me personally, I've just been terrible. I've been terrible. I wish it was from lack of effort. I really do, but it's not, so I don't have any answers.
So Mookie said he's been terrible. Let's look at his stats. 0 home runs and a sub 650 OPS this postseason. He has a career 741 OPS in almost 90 postseason games. So a lot of Dodgers fans, aside from last year, have been saying, we've been hearing this same song for the last few years. Now, luckily, Mookie had a huge postseason last year to boost up those numbers, but a 741 OPS in 90 playoff games is not going to cut it. Since having 3 doubles against the Reds earlier in October, Mookie only has 2 extra base hits. Now let's show Blake Snell what he had to say after giving up 5 earned runs in back-to-back World Series starts.
Oh, Blake, just with how this game started, what do you think allowed them to get to you so early before you were able to settle in?
I mean, it didn't really get to me. First pitch of the game, 97 fastball up and in. He hits at 98, it goes out, pretty unlucky. And then Vlad, that's just a bad pitch, down in fastball. And Varsho gets a triple on a 78 exit velo. It's just unlucky. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to make excuses or anything close to that, but yeah, just pretty unlucky.
Blue Jays fans obviously did not like that because they feel like they earned their base hits and their runs, and Dodgers fans also didn't like, I mean, Blake said he wasn't making excuses. Then Dodgers fans kind of said, well, it seems like he's making excuses, saying it was unlucky. What do you guys make of Blake Snell just simply saying he actually had a good game, but really, luck was not on his side? Time to preview game number 6. Can the Blue Jays take it? They are facing a literal mountain. Not a mountain of a man, but that's how good Yamamoto has been. It literally feels like you're facing Mount Everest. One of the few pitchers, I think the second pitcher ever, to have 3 consecutive complete games in the postseason. He's only allowed 5 earned runs and 4 starts this October, with just 4 walks. In 36 plate appearances against Yamamoto, the Blue Jays have a 152 batting average and a near 30% whiff rate, so he's been amazing against them. Gosman, he was shredding in that game 1 until he allowed 2 home runs in the 7th. I fully blame the Jonas Brothers, but he's been very good against the LA current roster. In over 200 plate appearances, he's held them to a 221 batting average. His biggest struggle is not keeping the ball on the ground, and that's what got him in trouble last time out. And one more thing, George Springer, he's been in the cages. He might be back for game 6, so pay attention for those updates. And there we have it, another recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with me. I just have one more thing to say. Bye-bye. Okay, bye.